If someone had told our ancestors that one day we'd be able to buy almost any fruit or vegetable we wanted at any time of year, they might have thought we'd solved one of life's greatest problems. And yet, millions of us still spend our weekends growing food ourselves. We kneel in the dirt, we wait months for a harvest we could buy in minutes. From a purely practical point of view, it makes very little sense. So why does it feel so rewarding? It's probably not what most people think. It isn't the harvest, because that's only a tiny fraction of the time we spend here. Most of gardening is waiting, preparing, doing small jobs that on their own seem almost insignificant. Every gardener knows this feeling. You can spend half an hour carrying watering cans, and at the end of it, almost nothing appears to have changed, yet somehow it never feels like wasted time. A flower can appear full of promise, only to fall away before it ever becomes fruit. And that's the strange thing about gardening. You can nurture something, protect it, give it everything it needs, and still have no guarantee of the outcome. And yet we keep going, because alongside the disappointments are moments like this. A chili slowly changing color, a tomato swelling on the vine. Small signs that all those unnoticed hours have been leading somewhere. And then, occasionally, the garden gives something back. Not in the instant way we're so used to receiving things, but slowly, a handful at a time, each one carrying a little reminder of all the days when nothing seemed to be happening. The harvest might be modest, but somehow that almost makes it more meaningful, because these aren't just beans. They're a record of time, attention, and patience. But perhaps the reason we love these places isn't only because of what we can grow. It's also because they give us somewhere to build, repair, and leave our mark. An allotment is a strange meeting point between the natural world and the human one. We spend our time encouraging some things to grow, protecting others, and constantly adapting the space around us. Perhaps humans have always been drawn to places like this because we don't just want to survive in the world. We want to participate in it. When we talk about gardening, we often picture planting and harvesting. But maybe that misses half the story. Maybe what draws us here is not simply growing things, but creating a place that feels connected to us. Over time, these places become more than just gardens. They become a collection of small decisions, repairs, failures, and successes. A physical record of the relationship we've built with them. And occasionally they give something back. Modern life teaches us to measure our days by what we achieve: tasks completed, goals reached, things crossed off a list. But gardens offer a different kind of reward. No garden is ever really finished, and Brambley allotment is no exception. The moment I think I've created some kind of order, nature quietly steps in with something to remind me who is really in charge. And for me, once again, that something is Mare's tail. I can dig it out, hoe it down, and try to keep it under control. But it always finds a way back. Maybe that's why gardening is such a good teacher. It gives us the satisfaction of creating something, while constantly reminding us that we are only one small part of a much larger system. I think balance is what we are always searching for in a garden. Not complete control, because that doesn't exist, but creating the right conditions and learning to work alongside what happens next. The irony of gardening is sometimes the plants we spend months trying to encourage are often the same plants we eventually have to hold back. And then there are moments like this, tiny beginnings that are easy to overlook. There is a rhythm to gardening that feels almost forgotten. You put something in, you look after it, and eventually the season brings something back. A handful of potatoes might not seem like much, but it makes all the little jobs throughout the season feel worthwhile. Gardening has a habit of moving the goalposts. First you hope something will grow. Then you hope it'll survive. Then you hope nothing will come along that might decide to eat it. The longer you spend in a garden, the less you notice individual plants. You start noticing relationships instead. Right beside something you're trying to keep under control is something else quietly offering a reward. At some point, I stopped trying to finish the garden. There will always be another weed to pull, another repair to make, another watering can to fill. And now, that's all simply part of the pleasure.